We all know that copywriting is essential when it comes to growing and scaling your business, but putting copywriting alone doesn't make a business. As you know, content marketing is on the rise and it shouldn't be ignored, especially on social media like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and so on. So on this special episode, I'm going to show you how to make the most out of your social media content using powerful hooks and calls to action. To make it even more practical, I'm going to give you my free social media hooks and calls to action prompts with more than 46 hooks and 24 calls to actions to grab the attention of your potential audience to scale and grow your following. So you can find the link inside of the description right below this episode.
Hey, I'm Veronica Polo, and with more than 15 years being a marketing strategist, you're going to experience the new way to promote your business with clear and unique messaging by giving you actionable marketing and messaging strategies that get you interested leads to transform the lives of your audiences so that you build up your brand with continuous momentum. Get ready, because here's where we say no to outdated marketing strategies and society norms, and we say yes to change from the inside out. Welcome to the Branding Momentum Podcast.
We all know that social media is the place to connect, build brands, and all of that, but social media is not all about likes and followers. And if you want to turn your social media posts into valuable and shareable content that can help you actually grow your business, then you better pay attention to the hooks and calls to actions. So your hooks is what any person will see as the cover in case for reels or for posts or carousels. Now, let's imagine, and I'm sure you've done this in the past yourself. You're on Instagram or on YouTube and you want to discover new things, right? You go and search in the search section and you start to see posts and reels and carousels. And some of the images may have words and some may not have words, right? So what you put in that cover is strategically designed so that your potential client or not your potential audience knows what's inside of that post. So the moment they see that post or reel, you are hooking them in. These words right there need to connect on a deeper level, and they need to show, stop browsing. This post may be for you. I may help you. These sort of things that hooks them right away. But because audiences are very intelligent, these social media hooks need to be as smart as your potential audience. They cannot be broad. It can't have statements that are cheesy or make no sense to your potential audience, right? They need to see that hook and know in a matter of 2 seconds that you are speaking directly to them. And you do that by knowing at what stage is your audience. Where are they stuck? Where do they need to be? How you can help them with? But you do that by not being basic or simple in your copywriting, right? For example, do you need help with marketing? Do you need help losing weight? Those kind of prompts will not work today. People are smart and they are being educated every single day on social media. So your hooks need to be as smart and as targeted and as strategic as your potential audience. So they say, whoa, oh my God, that's for me. Or they say, no, that's not for me. Next. Okay. So the second most important thing after that first hook is that you also need a secondary hook. Yes, that second hook is in your captions. Okay. Right. That little words that you're putting, those few lines on that post, they are going to also decide if they're going to end up reading what you are saying, or maybe they're just going to keep on browsing and that is it. And what will determine if they're going to be doing that, if you put things like hello friends, hope you're having a great day, or hello lovely people. What people? Everybody on the planet Earth? Your hooks need to be specific. If, for example, you work with women over 30 and you help them to lose weight, that are moms and that are busy, then you gotta be more specific about it. Say things like, women that are over 30 with kids are always because, you leave them wanting to know more. Leave them in the suspense and develop your content inside of it. Now, the call to actions have 3 purposes, and actually 5, but we're going to go 3 now, right? And that is to create trust, create leads, or sales, which means that every single post needs to include, no matter what type of post it is, a call to action. Guys, there's so many posts that I see that I don't even see people saying, given a call to action. I was going to say, I don't see people saying goodbye. No, you don't have to say goodbye, actually. You have to give them a call to action. Now, the purpose of posting on social media is to attract more leads and more sales, right? And that should not only be your unique driver for using social media. I know, it's a shocker. People are not on social media to be sold anything. And if you heard me say this before, and I will repeat it again very gladly, people are on social media to be entertained, educated, and empowered. And that is it. The buying factor comes in second place, right? Because they first need to know you, which means they are not going to buy from you immediately. The call to actions that say, buy now, download now, sign up here, won't work anymore. Not even the link in bio sometimes works, okay? And please, if you're posting on Instagram, remember that putting a link like on Facebook or on LinkedIn, people can't click on that post. So be sure to please don't put your website or something like that on a post on Instagram. So there are 3 types of calls to actions. So there's the call to action for educational content, and that can be something to ask them to save this post, right? When people save a post, it shows the social media platforms that people are liking this post. So let's show it a little bit more. So that's what the saving the educational content comes here, right? But when you have call to actions because you created an empowering content, works best if you ask to share this post to other people. So if you're having a call to action that is empowering and it's something that you can say that is great for people, maybe they don't know about your business, and because other people are sharing it, now they will. So remember, CTA is educational, you save a post. Empowering content, you create a call to actions to share your content, to think of it a little bit as a word of mouth when people are sharing your content, right? You ask them, for example, to tag a friend below. So that is providing more people to get to see that specific post that maybe they are not following you. Now, the third one is for the entertainment content. And your call to action is to get more comments and drive more engagement. And you can ask questions in those call to actions. Ask for example, a simple emoji. How do you feel about this? Do you agree? Say yes or no. Now let's talk about a little bit about the calls to action that generate leads, like for example, getting them on your email database, right? Or a freebie that maybe you've created. So if you are creating content for Facebook, LinkedIn, or Pinterest, it is a lot easier, of course, to just simply put a link. But If you are on Instagram or on YouTube, then you need to be a little bit more creative how you are putting these calls to actions. And my favorite, it's actually Instagram. That is where I live. That is where I answer questions. That is where I'm answering my DMs with voice, with video, with whatever. So one of my favorite call to actions is to get people into my DMs. And if they want to get the link, I'll send them there. I know it takes a lot more time, but it's much better. You can say something, are you ready to write scroll stopping hooks and calls to action prompts? Comment hooks below and I'll send you my free guide. For example, right? Now, this strategy, it's the one that I love the most, but on Instagram, it's kind of tricky because Instagram doesn't like people to leave the platform. Plus, the process of getting someone to the link in bio and then maybe to getting to where you want them to go. And then from them to, there are too many clicks and there are too many steps. So what I like to simplify to do is to actually always give them the DM option, which is also another strategy, which is great, which you can actually use on your stories, is that we can use the link option. So it takes them directly where you want them to go, right? But not many people. Some people like to watch stories, some people don't, some people like to scroll. So you have a different variety of people that are within your audience and different choices. But getting people into your DMs is far more effective than asking them to get into your link in bio. But you know what? You have both strategies and you can actually, test them both and try and see which one works best for you. Now, if you're doing hardcore sales on call to actions and your offer is on a high value, then the most effective way is to ask them to DM you and to chat a little bit more. Or you can ask them to comment below and you'll answer all the questions that they may have. It could become like a Q&A, kind of like call to action, right? But what I've noticed is that people like exclusivity. So your DMs is a better options, right? I want to give you a final thought here. Don't forget to follow up on your calls to actions. I know that we're putting the call to actions and there's a little bit of work that needs to be done. If you don't have a VA, a virtual assistant or an assistant or somebody that can help you or a social media agency or something, be sure that at least you have those answers prepared in advance, because you know what? We love to work smart and not hard on this podcast, but it is worth it. It's worth the writing, is worth the effort to get them into your DMs. Maybe they don't buy from you right away because you are creating trust with whoever is on your social media post, right? With your audience. So the best thing that you can do is to create your content, give them hooks, give them educational, empowering, or entertaining content, and then, my loves, please give them a call to action, right? Well, I hope to see you same time, same place next week. Bye-bye.